Oh, okay. I guess this says that we're live. I think I was supposed to somehow adjust something. Hold on.
What does that mean?
Okay, first of all, I need for everyone to talk right now. And I need for whatever the music is in the background to stop.
There wasn't any music allowed. What is that, Peter?
Yeah, but yeah, it's fine. Oh, that's too close. Okay, hold on. Everybody, hold on.
I don't know if we're live.
We are live.
We are live.
No. No. Hide it. No. No. Okay.
Iro.
Okay, hold on. There. You know what? That's fine enough.
That's funny enough.
Okay. Hi.
I'm very disoriented.
Yeah, I'm very disoriented, but hello. Hi everybody. Hi Danielle. Hi. I hope you guys had a good last week. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so hi. Hi everybody. Yeah, so as you can tell, I'm a little low energy.
Still.
Yeah, I'm just like not really. Bye. Yeah, I'm just kind of. I mean, if I had to be honest, I'm just tired of being in pain. Like I've been in pain for like months, and it's just really annoying, and I'm just not really like.
Well, your dress is nice.
Well, thanks.
Did you decide to look bright and festive to counter your not happy mood?
Not really. It was more like this. This is a moon. I don't really have to do too much. Like I have on underwear and that's it because I don't wear bras. So
okay.
yeah. So anyway, outside of that, welcome to the week of Christmas. If that's your thing, and I'm sure that for most of you guys, that is your thing.
It's Saturday, right?
It's Saturday. Yeah, Christmas is Saturday. Oh, I don't know if you saw. Did you receive an update to your email about my book release?
I did.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I got an email from Ambassador Shabazz saying, I just got informed that the book's not being released until September.
Right.
So then I went and looked at mine. I also got that email. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So
well, when I talked with your editor before, she had said, what do you call it? The supply chain issues affected them.
Right.
And
but that's 6 months. That's 6 months. From March to September.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know. We'll figure it out.
They do things according to a progression.
Right.
So since everything, once this is backed up, then everything is backed up. So
right. Well, okay.
Did you finish the manuscript? Is that part like? Well,
no. So I mean, it's fine. But that being said, so you guys, my web, I don't have a new website, but my website is updated and it's really nice. So big up to Brandon for that. And also, you can pre-order my book. which is really exciting. And it's only $21.95. That's probably less than what you would spend on Postmates these days. And also, you'd be getting like a really cool like memento. So there's also an Audible option. I have not recorded anything Audible related, but I will be.
Yeah.
So
A
that'll
friend
be a
of
lot of
mine,
talking.
He told me that they were two of the people who pre-ordered said they ordered the Audible version.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
But I tell you, once I posted that people could pre-order, probably by now about 25 people have told me they've ordered it.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, anyway, like I was saying, happy Thanksgiving week and
Christmas week.
Christmas week. And happy end of Sagittarius season. That was, I mean, I know that some of you guys don't care, but like, yeah, this whole season was basically, it was a lot of people talking really recklessly to me over the past like few weeks. Yeah. I kept it together.
Kind of people?
Anyone. Like I called the pharmacy last week because I called them a prescription and I made a typo on the person's birthday. Oh. So instead of an 8, I put a 6. And so I was just talking to the pharmacist and I was like, oh yeah, actually I made a mistake. It should be an 8, not a 6. And she was like, great. Like it's just been things like that, and so it makes me very.
Did you let it go, or did you?
Yeah, I mean, I have to let it go because I really don't have the energy. I have the energy to get upset. I just don't have the energy to deal with the aftermath of being upset.
So here's a question.
So,
do you think that in these times that people are consciously making a decision to be
stank and lose their minds?
No.
With me?
No.
Yes, I do.
That is not my question. Do you think that people are consciously making decisions to be more patient and more gracious because of the era in which we're living?
Do I think people are making more of a decision to be conscious? No, I don't. I think everyone's really lost their minds. Hi, Hyro.
Well,
I think everyone's very short. And I think that
but you would have been short and you weren't.
Well,
and Danielle's asking, how do you pre-order? Go to Amazon and type in a calm chaos.
Or you can honestly go to Amazon and just
put a chewy thing in my lap.
Well, because she loves you and she wants to show her affection.
Like saliva and dogs.
So
go away.
So
take your stuff.
Danielle. Actually, Brandon, if you could just post a link in the chat to the Amazon pre-order of my book, that would be great.
But that is how you do anyway.
Huh?
Even if
you went to Amazon and just typed in Imani Walker, it'll come up.
Right. And the thing to ask if you want to pre-order will come up.
Yeah, so that will come up. So you're asking, do I think that people have been more gracious or more open to like?
So there's some percentage of the population, a huge percentage of the population is short-tempered and anxious and all the above.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm asking is, do you think that we are in a point where some percentage of the population has said, I know these people are having high anxiety, so let me just not respond?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it's a hard thing to answer because I don't leave my house. Not that changed with the pandemic. I don't really like going outside like that. And so this has definitely offered me the opportunity to not have to go outside. So I can deal with the phone, kind of. I really don't like talking on the phone at all. Text and email is great because then there's no subtext. Whatever you write is what you write. If you want to get out of pocket, I can see it. and by the way that you type, or whether or how many or how much of the caps lock you decide to use. I would expect that people in service industries are definitely um, more apt to be more conscious of not wanting to flip out on people. That's why I found it interesting that when I was just like randomly talking to this not psychiatrist, a pharmacist, because I'm just like, I don't know what people deal with on a daily basis. I know what I deal with on a daily basis. And I know that when it comes to pharmacists, especially recently, like they've had to deal with vaccination and signing up for vaccination. So I was just like, you know what? Once again, I'm not going to. I would say 20 years ago, I definitely would be like, okay, you need to like check your entire tone when you speak to me because I'm a doctor. You need to sit down. But
I mean, you said that to the pharmacist.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not to like. But yeah, I think that like, okay, not even 20 years ago. I would say like maybe 10 years ago.
20 months ago.
No. I would say like 10. I would say like 10 years ago. Because I did get mad at a pharmacist once because she was like, well, can I have your DEA number? I was like, you don't need that. Not for what I was prescribing. I was like, you don't need that. And I don't even know you. So no, you can't have it. You can have my MPI number though, which is what you have. So anyway, but I also think that I'm kind of at the point, and I'm sure a lot of people are at this point too. I'm just over it. Like I'm just like before I was mentally drained and exhausted. Like now there's no candle left. There's no end of the candles. There's no like I'm not. I don't know how I'm burning.
So
I don't know what I'm burning, but I'm just really like I don't.
So right now you're dealing with a chronic pain.
I'm dealing with chronic pain. And
no end in sight.
I mean, I could say yes, it could be getting better, but then I also have to move during the day so that it won't lock up. So it's either it locks up and I'm in pain because I don't feel like moving that day because I'm just over it, or I have to move. I did plan all of these. I did a lot of gardening this weekend.
Oh, when I was over the other day, you were back there in your potting shed.
Yeah, nice. I was doing a lot of gardening the other day, so I put my marijuana plants in their own. Like you have to.
I asked you for marijuana plants so I could put them in rows.
Okay, well, everybody just calm down.
Everybody, it's just you and me.
Okay, so yeah.
So I like to put them in J. Ray and Nephew, although I've only ever tasted it one time. But it's like making busy, just ground cola beans.
Yeah.
In overproof rum. And I did put some marijuana stalks and leaves. And I think I had it like in there for maybe 5 or 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then a really dear friend was ill and in real pain and needed it. So I gave him the bottle of it.
Right.
But now I need to make a new bottle, but I don't have any marijuana plants.
Well, they're small, so you have to like wait for them to, yeah. So it's a whole thing that's going on. Anyway, so yeah, so
this was about chronic pain. So no end in sight.
To my chronic pain, no. Like I'll always be in pain in some way. Like that's just. I mean, but I've also been in pain in some regard since my 20s. But I think like I can't like that. I've kind of gotten used to. It's just that when there's something acute, it's just like it's just like I can't deal with this right now. Like I'm going to slap somebody.
So the pain in that's the fibromyalgia?
Maybe. I mean, I have tendonitis in my elbow.
Right, but did you have tendonitis in your elbow when you like 20 years ago?
No, this is something that's kind of been an issue over the past like 10 years or so, but it's usually my left elbow, not my right. And it's my dominant hand. So it's not like, oh, I'm just going to wear a sling and not do anything. Like I can't not use hand, but
this is an inflammation, arthritis. What is this?
both. Yeah, this, I don't know, like this particular, like this season with arthritis is just, it's been really not cool. But anyway, enough of
Well, I mean, I'm
my
not trying to dissect your ailments, but
issues.
I think people,
Hyro, please move.
Please
Go.
move.
Go.
I think people, there may be other people who are dealing with similar types of.
Thanks, Hyro. Okay, you know
Sit,
what?
Sit.
Sit.
Sit. Sit.
Not right here.
Down. No, I don't want your hand. Down. So you need to be down. Down.
Get down. Down.
When you push her, then she's like, wait, what are we playing?
No, we're not playing. But I do have to fix the camera because Hyro messed it up.
It doesn't look too messed up.
Yeah, but it's like all over the place. So anyway, but also realize that there are a lot of people who are probably starting their
Go away.
holiday festivities,
Yeah.
and for you guys, that's great. Okay, what happened this week? I don't know, like a lot of stuff that I don't know. Okay, I will say this though. So my private practice name is Dark Matter Psychiatry. Get it?
Oh, is that what it's now called?
Yeah, Dark Matter. It's a pun in a way. Well, yeah, in a way. So anyway, Dark Matter Psychiatry. So that's my private practice name. You can check it out. Oop, I'm missing a button. You can go to darkmatterpsychiatry.com and it will actually take you to my booking website.
Okay. If they want to make an appointment.
If you want to make an appointment, exactly.
And you take insurance?
I take insurance. I'm waiting for the company there's a company called Headway that I'm signed up with. They're just getting all their like credentialing stuff, ready for California. So, okay. But if you are a cash pay patient, you can definitely make a appointment there. Okay. So let's see. I don't know, like they're like what? Oh, the Roots bassist from like a while ago.
Cut it out.
Leonard Hubbard died at 62. I didn't even know he was that old. I think I did.
Did you remember him from when they were? Because I thought I remembered him, but he hasn't been in the group in recent years.
He hasn't been in the group for a long time.
And who's this person, this rapper who got stabbed Saturday night here in LA?
I don't know. I don't know what these people are doing with themselves.
Well, this was one where some pretty, name rappers were gonna performers, Snoop and whoever else. They were on the bill.
Drakeo the Ruler. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, I'm washed or whatever you want to call it. I don't know who that is.
What's interesting is that he got stabbed. What is it? Backstage. So, and they're searching for whoever did it. And so who gets to go backstage? Just people can just be backstage?
I mean, I don't know. Like apparently with all this, I mean, I couldn't go backstage at the Wu-Tang thing.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and nobody knows who it was and nobody saw anything?
First of all, who is Drakeo the Ruler?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Is he from here?
Draco. He's from here.
Well,
good luck to you.
He didn't deserve to go down to end that way, but
I don't even know who it is.
I don't either, but I mean, everybody.
I mean, what I'm saying is I don't know what he said or did. I wasn't there. I don't know that man. Yeah, he died. Well, R.I.P. to you, Draco.
Yeah, he did die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Well, you
Nobody
know
really-
what? Well, R.I.P. to Kango Kid from UCFO because he died. Interestingly enough, a couple months ago, or maybe a month ago, I did see his Instagram page. I wasn't following it, but I saw that he was in the hospital and he was talking about how he had issues with cancer. There was a particular like post that he put up where it was like, look at all the look at these 6 liters of fluid that came out of my abdomen today.
What?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, I don't know, Kango Kid. That's a little. I mean, I don't particularly mind, but I was like, that's a little extra. Here, I'm gonna show you.
No, I don't need to see.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, it's.
Did he have a picture like of?
Yes.
No, I don't want to see it.
I was like, ew. I was like, that's kind of gross.
No.
Swipe to see how many liters of fluid was removed from my stomach. 6. But R.I.P. to Kango Kid, who I do know. R.I.P. Draco. I just have no idea. I don't know who these people are. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. But I do know who UTFO is, and I do know who Kango the Kid was. So that was pretty whack. And also this year's been kind of whack. I mean, not that I don't know people who like this is the first year that people have actually passed away, but there have been a lot of people dying. And it's been really whack.
A lot of people are dying complicated by something called coronavirus.
You're saying the virus itself, or just like the despair and just like.
Well, I'm saying that if we take into account whatever would be considered a fairly normal number of deaths,
Right,
is greatly compounded because of COVID-19.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
So anyway, where am I going with
Do you
this?
have topics that you?
I do, but like they don't really interest me that much. I mean, it's not like, no disrespect to Brandon because he did come up with these topics, but like there just really isn't like, okay, like Megan Thee Stallion graduated from college. I saw that. That was actually really cool. She graduated from TSU.
And the dude who shot her in the feet.
What's his name?
I don't know.
I forgot about him.
But there was an article about him. The dude who shot her in the feet.
What's he mad at?
He got arrested or something else again because he violated something. I don't know.
He's from Canada, so whatever. I don't care.
What does that mean?
Well, first of all, he's a little.
Black people in Canada.
I know, but he's a little tiny person. He had to get deported to Canada. Like there are just so many things stacked against him that I'm just like, I don't care.
A big enough gun to shoot up that sister's feet.
Wow.
And however long it took, I can't even remember what the show was, but she's on there with the super high heels. I was like, wow.
No, I mean, whoever worked on her feet did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
So good job. I forgot to mention that Leonard Hubbard, the former Roots bassist, he died of multiple myeloma.
Is that cancer of the blood?
Yeah. In case any of you all were wondering what was going on in Kanye news, aside from the fact that like Kanye, the Gap sent me this thing like, would you like this really busted bubble jacket that Yeezy is selling on the Gap? And I was like, no, I don't. Big Sean says Kanye West gave him a bad record deal and owes him money. Okay.
His wife.
Who?
Big Sean?
No. Kanye?
Yeah. His wife went to court to petition that she be made single.
Yeah, that's old.
No, this is recent.
No, what I'm saying is old. Like this happened like a week ago.
Well, were we on last week?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't here. Maybe you were on.
What do you mean?
I was not here last week.
Well, all I'm saying is that's old news. Because Shaza came to go, she went to that concert. Her and her sister, and when I talked to her about it the next day, she was like, oh, Kanye was up in there talking about how he gonna get Kim back or whatever. But then that same day, Kim was like, no, I'm petitioning the courts so I can be single. I'm just saying it was 2 weeks ago.
All right. Well, I will stop suggesting. You think of what you want to talk about.
So Astroworld, 300 plus pending lawsuits are going to be combined into one large case, which makes sense. And what else?
That's not on the news?
Kind of.
No.
Kim Potter?
The cop.
Yeah, I saw this thing today where I guess it was a quote from the judge, and it was like, well, accidents happen, but and sometimes accidents include breaking the law. And I was like, it wasn't an accident.
The judge said what?
Yeah, something about like, accident. Here, I'm gonna find out.
Because the part that's especially glaring is when they put up the photo of her semi-automatic,
mm-hmm.
and they put up the photo of a taser gun. The handles are completely different. So even if by touch you were used to picking up something,
Mm-hmm.
it's like
yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't an accident. That's what I'm saying. It was just,
it's like, did that young Black man scare you so badly that you lost your mind?
Of course.
And just didn't, well, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, of course. Do I believe that he scared her? No, I don't believe he scared her.
Well, I'm saying in the sense of like, I'm just a white woman. Like, it was an accident. Like she will think of, like, they will think of anything to get out of the fact that like you deliberately killed that man. Like that was an accident. Like, where you were. Like when I used to live, like when I lived in an apartment, I never went all the way to the 3rd floor and was like, oh, this is my apartment. Like, of course not. Like, I knew I lived on the 2nd floor. Like, even though the doors were the same, like that doesn't make sense.
I suppose what I'm addressing is the fact that she's a 20+ year police officer. You have 2 different weapons. They feel different.
Mm-hmm.
They weigh differently. And why did you pull your weapon? Because he wasn't heeding your commands. But you weren't the only police officer there.
Mm-hmm.
There were, at that point, I believe, a total of 3 of them. Now, more came up. But at that point, you got this thin, wiry 20-year-old man
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't want to be arrested. He's twisting his arms out from handcuffs. And you stopped him because he had expired registration and probably one of those pine trees hanging from his rearview mirror. That's why they stopped him.
Oh, okay. When you said a pine tree, I was like,
one of those little air fresheners.
Mm-hmm.
So they stopped him for that.
I can't find this thing now, but it's okay. What else?
And when she was on the stand, she was sobbing and boohooing.
Well, yeah, now they know that's gonna work.
It's all part of the act. Right?
No, this is gonna work because it got Kyle Rittenhouse off. Just cry like you got to. That's the key. The hyperventilation is key, you guys. Okay, so Omicron cases are surging in New York and elsewhere. I read this article recently that said that like Omicron.
Why are you pronouncing it like
because that? I'm not pronouncing it Omicron, or
okay.
It's either Omicron or Omarion. That apparently this new variant, it doesn't seem as though the symptoms are particularly worse. The transmissibility, I think, is slightly higher, but as far as those people who are unvaccinated,
well,
I mean, at least from what I read,
when Omicron started raging, right, they said it'll take them 10 to 14 days of observation and analysis to determine whether or not it was more virulent. Because all it was so far was more easily transmissible. Right? So I think we still haven't reached the end of that 14-day period for them to be able to say it's worse than, just in terms of the impact, the effects. I got a text from one of my high school friends who said she and her husband double vaxxed, booster, and he went to something and they tested him. And he's positive for the virus, and I believe it's Omicron. And she's saying, he doesn't have any, he's asymptomatic. And she's worried because she said, how many other people might he have infected, not knowing that he had the virus? See, that's that's what had me worried about, the plan to go to all these restaurants this week. Like, there are people running around out there that have it, and they don't know they have it.
Well, Danielle said she's seeing it in her office, but the symptoms have been mild so far. So,
for people who are vaccinated,
I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that it's for people who are not vaccinated.
Really?
But I don't know. I have to wait for Danielle to respond to that if she's available. Let's see.
I saw a TV show last night that I thought was going to be good. It's kind of strange, and you need to watch it so we can figure out. It's called Grand Crew.
Yeah,
they were advertising it on NBC, and it had about looked like the cast of regulars. This crew was about 6 or 7 people, but their behavior seemed so non-familiar to me. And by that I mean, I don't know whether to say that I don't know if this is a millennial or a Gen Y.
I mean, I saw a bunch of Black people on a billboard.
Well, he wants to be in love.
Okay.
One of the brothers wants to be in love. His father, he felt, stopped loving when his mother died. His mother died when he was maybe 11 or 12. And so the rap on him, his friends, and in the crowd, the only female in the crowd is his sister.
Okay.
And the rap on him is that he keeps trying to fall in love with with women, and he keeps getting his heart broken. So there's this bar that they hang out in, and he's been seeing one of the women who's a waitress.
Okay.
He decides, after knowing her and sleeping with her for a very short time, he's going to propose marriage. And they're all like, again? Are you crazy? But it just seems so unusual. I'm like, who are these people?
But also, what show would debut right before Christmas?
That's not there. I mean,
no, I'm just saying, not only is the premise the premise is okay. This storyline sounds weird. And then you debut it at kind of an odd time. It's just kind of like,
well, the seasons are not really seasons anymore, because people will commit to 11 episodes or commit to 10 episodes or commit to 16 episodes. And you may watch, 8 episodes, and that's the end of the season.
Right.
And then they come back, and they come back when they have them done. They don't let's wait till September. That doesn't happen anymore, because I shouldn't say it doesn't happen anymore, but ratings and ratings periods are rolling these days for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I still haven't finished watching Insecure this season. And it's not because I don't think it's a good show. It's a good show. It's just that I don't know. Like I said this before, I feel like watching Insecure at this point is kind of for me. This is just me, Imani Walker. It, I feel like it's just I don't know. I just feel like it's a part of my life that I've already like.
You've outgrown it.
Yeah, so I
Right.
can't really connect with it.
And I think
too
that's
much.
why that's why this is the final season, because I think even Issa has outgrown it. There comes a point, maturity, age, experience wise, where it's just that stuff that you ain't doing anymore.
Yeah.
And I have kept up with the season. I didn't see last night's episode yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight. But what's interesting is that now they're picking a character, like this character. This episode may be about Lawrence, and this episode may be about what's her friend's name? Yvonne Orgy. Molly. Right. And that's how, they're working it out, because to continue to take Issa through her, I don't know what to do.
But they were doing it before, like when they had specific episodes.
Well,
on certain characters.
They only have. I think this season is 8 episodes. Right?
Is it?
It's short.
It seems long because I haven't watched it.
No, it's a short season, and they're ending it because I don't think they can take it. Anywhere. Right? They can. It's. The friend who is married.
No, even last season
with the baby.
Yeah,
they're moving to Denver.
Well, even so, like I think it was one of the last. It might have been the very last episode of the last season. I forgot her name, but Amanda Seales plays her character. Yeah. And they were out in like they went out to Coachella or whatever, and she was just like, yeah, like I'm just not in she's like, I'm just not into this anymore.
And that's what I mean. I think that's why you aren't.
Yeah.
Because it's just
I'm like, okay. As the children say, I'm washed, but that's fine. I really don't care. All I really want to do is like watch TV and get in bed. Anyway, so no, so as far as Grand Crew is concerned, it just really didn't seem like that. Like even
how to say it.
The billboard, I was like, nah,
they seem like very not Black people.
Well, yeah.
I mean, but
it says from the creators of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I'm guessing these are not Blacks.
Oh, I don't know. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the one that had that man who, what's his name? The bald one who claimed that white man felt him up.
Terry Crews.
Yeah, was he on Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah, but so was Andre Brower. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is it's not a Black show. It's a show with some Black people on it, like maybe 2.
But this show is all Black.
Well, still, I mean, if it's saying from the Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'm like, well, I don't think that there's a Black person involved in it.
I watched it and I was like,
yeah, no, I'm good.
Now I did see that one about the teachers in the school, some Abbott Elementary. I think that's what it's called. That one was funny. That was good.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay.
I like that one. And of course I like the Wonder Years. Wonder Years started getting deep.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know if you're still there, Greta, but how did you find Insecure this season? Because Greta said, I just finished the last episode, I guess, of Insecure when we went live. So,
the thing is that there's certainly a lot more programming to select from as Black people. But I tried watching People Like Us.
What's that?
That's the one that's set on Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, no, that looked like a whole mess.
No, I tried. I watched about the first 4 episodes, and then I was
4? That's a lot. That's a lot.
I committed to. I know people who work on.
Wasn't
the show.
it on OWN or something?
Maybe.
It looked like, I don't remember if it was
BET.
Lee Daniels or if it was. I was like, nah, I'm cool. Like I don't
want
any part of that.
But I wanted to give it, a chance. And now I'm reading that it's not been renewed.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You didn't think so? What?
I didn't. It. I mean, it. I didn't really hear a lot about it in the same. Like I remember, like when Greenleaf came out, which is a show I never watched, but people watched it.
And then I stopped. I couldn't take it.
But it just didn't have. I mean, I didn't hear about. It just didn't seem like it had momentum. Also, I mean, again, only speaking for myself, and I tend to like, kind of obscure types of things. But I was like, so basically, as far as the Martha's Vineyard one,
people like us.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm tired of this. I'm just over the whole like, oh, we're bourgeois and it's so hard and different.
No, these weren't bourgeois. These are wealthy.
Oh, excuse me.
These are wealthy, and
then I'm less
it's
interested.
It's all about economic classism.
Yeah, like I'm not into that. Like I don't care about that. Like y'all can keep that. I mean, much in the same way that like, well, this was actually old news. The LADA was like, no, don't come to LA because there's all these things happening. People are getting robbed. And
you mean the present DA?
Yeah. Oh. It was someone from the LADA's office.
Gaston.
I don't remember who it was, but I was like, no, the issue is that there are people who are wearing $500,000 watches and going to and are going to places that are very prime for you getting got. If you're walking out of the Four Seasons Hotel and you have on $100,000 worth of jewelry and you get got, you know what? We're in the middle of a pandemic. Yeah, you're gonna get got. Like people, and it's Christmas time. People are like out of control this particular season. But I'm just like, yeah, you can't. Like you gotta tone it down. Like, oh my God, this is happening. Why this happened to me? Because no one told you to come outside with all that on. Like people don't have money like that. Like people didn't have money like that before. Now it's like compounded and it's so much worse. So you got. I'm sure you insured it. You'll be all right. So yeah, when it comes to like, I'm for real. Like, why would you play yourself like that? Like I get like, yes, it's a free country. You can do whatever you want to do, but you also can get got.
Well, there's a whole lot of people running around out there with, particularly in the categories of those who have conspicuous wealth, and they are displaying it as though.
Right. That's Peter's phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so, that's what the end result is.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, toning it down, but that I would think would be a practice that makes sense in any city.
Yeah, of course, which is why, I mean, the discussion centered around, it's not that LA is worse, it's that now it's moved to Beverly Hills and the suburbs. People were always getting things taken from them. That never stopped. It's just that this bubble that the pandemic has burst is real and it's continuing. And yeah, like you look stupid with all this stuff on when you shouldn't be out in these streets like that. Also, where are you going? Where are you going? I'm just saying, like you going to a $500,000 watch party?
Well, the person with the $500,000 watch was eating lunch at an outdoor cafe,
right,
in Beverly Hills.
Right, I'm like
sidewalk eating.
Right, I'm like, well, then you know what? All right, well, you got. Well, you look stupid. That's what happens.
I mean,
Yeah, no, you look dumb. That's what happened to you.
I would never drape myself in anything like that. But the point is that if you're going to drape yourself and stuff like that, then you gotta
stay in the house.
But you gotta think about what's appropriate and what's not.
Yeah, stay. I mean, or just stay. I mean, stay in the house. Like, you look stupid anyway. Karen Lee Garcia wrote, I've heard, first of all, I can't see. I heard that violent crimes were up and that robberies are actually down compared to 2019 statistics in LA. Yeah.
It's just that they are more. Do you remember when when the road rage was happening? So now it's a theme. Right. And every time you see it, every time, then it was reported
all the time.
All the time. So what we have now, certainly we've had push-in robberies in the past.
Yeah.
But now, compounded by the push-in robberies and the follow homes, it's not that these are new techniques. It's that through social media and the times that we're living in and whatever, it's turned into, a crime of choice among some unsavory segments of the population.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all better go get some regular looking cars or something, because I mean, it's as dumb as it sounds. Every time I see someone in like a Rolls Royce SUV, I'm like, I hope you go into your underground garage or something. I was like, because you about to get walked up on. Yeah. Danielle said, as far as the Omicron, that it's mild. The symptoms have been mild with both vaccinated and non-vaccinated people. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So changing topics really quickly. My podcast. It's still happening, you guys. I don't want you to lose faith. Don't lose faith. My name means faith. Anyway, don't lose faith. It's just these things take forever. There have been some we're just kind of more so dealing with like administrative stuff and not creative stuff. That's the best way to really describe it. I should have brought my little lens cleaning thing, but I forgot.
Well, I have mine.
No, it's fine, because you didn't want for me to use yours, so now I don't want. Now I just have foggy glasses and I can't see anything.
It isn't that I didn't want you to use it. I wanted you to bring your own and to stop sitting on camera breathing hard.
It's fine. I don't need it. I'm just gonna sit here and just die. But yeah, that's kind of it. I feel like that's all I have. I mean, Christmas will be here on Saturday. My birthday's next Thursday. I just want to lay down. I really can't even, like, I was like, oh, I want to go, like, what did I say? Hang gliding or whatever.
Right.
I mean, it's not even that. I'm just like, I'm tired of going outside. I'm tired of dealing with people. Like, I'm just tired. Because I'm like, I just, like, okay, you want me to tell you a really quick story that happened to me yesterday? Okay. And I was like, Imani, I was like, so me and Peter went downtown because we were going to get something to eat, and the place that we were going to eat at, they weren't open yet. So we went to this taco place. We were downtown. So we went to this taco place that he really likes. I really have never eaten there, because the good thing is that they list out all the ingredients, but it'll be like a chicken taco, but somehow there's pork in it. Mm. Or like there's like, oh, this is like a mushroom taco, but somehow there's cheese in it. So it's like you can't really, like, there's just not a whole lot that I can really do. So he knew what he wanted, so he ordered his food. So I was just looking at the menu intently. I was like, okay, let me try to figure this out, because I just wanted something really quick before we actually went to go eat, like, for real. And so I went to go, so I was like, let me just get like a shrimp taco with no crema. And I'm telling you, this person behind the register, I mean, I don't know. It reminds me of this one particular time. So anyway, let me keep going with my story. I mean, I feel like she was just so mad that I just would not order, like hurry up and order, but there was no one else in there. So I was like, I'm just going to get a shrimp taco with no cream or whatever. And so when she said the order to the people who were cooking, she was like, yeah, shrimp taco. And I was like, can you, so I went back and I was like, can you please make sure there's no cream on it or else, she was like, yeah, no, I understand. But it was just attitude the whole time. And I was like, you know what, maybe she's not mad at you, but I was just like, I need for everybody to get it together. I have been trying so hard to be cool and not flip out on nobody. Let me tell you this other story. This was a few months ago. Me and Peter, we went out to eat. We went to go eat some Japanese food, right? I know Japanese food. I'm very, very familiar with Japanese food. You ain't got to tell me nothing about no Japanese food, okay? And it wasn't even like a very detailed menu. So I was ordering my thing or whatever. I was ordering my food. And it said seaweed salad. Now I've had seaweed salads where it's been more vinaigrette based and the seaweed has been more kind of like crunchy lettuce ish versus the slimy kind, right? So I said, oh, this particular seaweed salad isn't more like the slimy kind. She was like, it's not slimy, it's crunchy. And I was like,
well, slimy is not a word.
It is a word. It's slimy a word.
It's not a word.
And when it came, was it slimy? Yes, it was.
That a server is going to encourage.
Well, it wasn't crunchy.
It's not using that word about food is not appetizing.
Can I have the wet salad? Like, I don't know how else I'm supposed to say. I'm like, you know what I'm talking about.
Slippery, slimy, oily. I'm just saying I get why she was. No, it's not slimy.
But then, let me tell you something. But then when our food came, the person who gave us the food, she had an attitude with me too. And I was like, you know what?
Maybe I don't like black people.
Maybe. I was just like, I'm tired. I'm not going outside anymore. Like, I'm over it. I'm off of it. Like, I'm sorry. I tried. 2021, I tried. I really did.
What are you talking? So you had two instances of people.
No, this
in
is
the same restaurant.
No, these are two different restaurants over, I want to say, a 4-month span. Right.
Oh, you mean the shrimp taco person.
This was yesterday.
The shrimp taco person and the seaweed salad person. These both happened on the same day.
No, this happened over the span of months. This has been my 2021. Like, I want to say things, but I also know how worked up I'm going to get when I get upset. So I have to walk around and like stifle and stymie my reactions because I already know how I'm going to be. And then I'm going to be upset for the rest of the day. And then it's going to be like, well, Imani, you shouldn't let that person. But it's too late now because now I want to go back and slap somebody in the face.
I don't think anything that you just said is making sense to me.
It is making sense. People do not know how to act.
If you said to
and me, I'm trying with everybody. I have things I have to deal with too on a daily basis.
That annoyed you, I get it. But when you say that that's what 2021 has been like
for me,
and that's why you're not going, it's all about you.
Okay, but what I'm saying, remember I told you about the pharmacist that tried to get wild crazy with me last week? That's who.
The pharmacist who, because you wrote an 8 instead of a 6 and told
and had to say something. I was like, bitch, okay, like, I'm sorry. It's called a typo. Fix it.
But you are overreacting.
I'm not overreacting. Mom, I deal with people every day. I am in a service-based industry. When people get mad, I eat that. When people want to get frustrated, I eat that. I get it. Okay. I'm just like, I just want the same respect. I'm eating I'm like sitting on so much. Like, all I want you to do, just give me what I need and just go. And that's why I don't go outside. I just order things from Postmates or I just cook it myself. Because everybody got to have an attitude this year. And I'm over it. So if this is what 2021 was, then guess what? Imani's not leaving the house next year. You already here first.
You know you sound crazy.
I don't sound crazy. Because if I keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome, then I'm insane.
Okay, here's what you should change. Okay, here's what you should change. Remember earlier when you brought up the instance of, I guess it was the pharmacist, and I asked you if you thought people were consciously making a decision to try to be more tolerant and more gracious, and you said no.
No, I mean, I want to believe that people are, but I'm saying, and I said this based upon my personal interaction with people. I can't speak about in general. I have been gracious to a fault because then it boils within me. I've been gracious to a fault to other people. I do not get that back. But I also cannot run around telling everybody about themselves. So I just need to stay in the house. I mean, I don't know why you saying you be in the house too.
Yeah, but I'm not in the house because of that. I'm not. That's not why I'm.
Why are you in the house?
What I said, I don't know if I said it to you or I said it to Roosevelt, about the two old ladies who were with the shopping cart and they were moving up on me when I was standing at Trader Joe's ready to pay.
What is this? This is what I'm talking about.
Right, but let me tell you what happened. So I had my shopping cart, and these two older white ladies, maybe they could have been my age, but they looked older.
Well, we know that.
They were talking to each other and having a good time, right? They were talking and whatever. Everybody had a mask, so that wasn't an issue. What was happening, however, was we're online. I put my things on the conveyor belt, and they're close to me now, right?
Yeah, like we need to
not recognizing. We still want to put like 6 feet or so between us, not recognizing that. But they're in the middle of having their conversation, and it's just the two of them, and they're talking, and they're doing what people used to do pre-pandemic,
right?
Which is just moving up. Now, I stopped and said to myself, well, these old ladies are not trying to deliberately annoy me, right? And they are engaged in conversations.
That's big for you.
And they are engaged in their own conversation. And I want 6 feet between us. So instead of me saying anything to them, instead of me standing at the end of my shopping cart, I walked to the beginning of the shopping cart. Oh, yeah. Which put about 6 feet between us. Yeah. And even when I did that,
here they come.
Now they're like up on the shopping cart. They're not up on me.
Well, still, but I'm saying the shopping cart is part of you now by extension.
And I'm saying to you, right? This is what I'm telling you. That I made a deliberate decision that I was not going to confront these women because I knew that what they weren't doing was trying to annoy me, number one. Two, they were probably so happy to be out together conversing that they weren't conscious of y'all a little too close. And I didn't need to get in their conversation and say, excuse me, would you mind backing up? If all I had to do was take another 2 steps forward. Right. And what I'm saying to you is, right, I'm giving you that example, not because I'm a saint, no, but I am saying to you that in these times, you who are a psychiatrist, you know that people's nerves like that, right? And so are yours. So recognize that yours are like that. Right. And you are the person who counsels people in how to deal with.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So
that's why I said I'm not going outside.
And so your response is not going outside rather than it being the phrase, the immemorial phrase of physician, heal thyself.
First of all, I've been trying to heal myself all year. I have been gracious towards people all year. We have now, I am now at the point where I'm like, you know what, y'all can have this. I'm in the house. I can't, it's me and my plants and my dog, Idris and Peter, and that's it. Because when I go outside, I just want to order a shrimp taco with no cheese on it. I got to get an attitude from somebody. Why?
Because people are giving attitudes and we're in a pandemic.
Okay, well, like, you know what? Listen, I have had to have numerous conversations with people, most of whom were not altogether there, but there's one particular conversation this year that stands out to me where I had to have it with somebody's family member. And when I tell you, I professionally screamed on this person because, and let me tell you, because so I'm on the phone. Everyone who is on the phone has identified themselves, and then I hear this voice. I'm like, who else is on the phone? And then the person finally identifies themselves, and I was like, you legally should not be on this phone call. I am not having a phone call with plus ones. I said randoms, but then I said plus ones the second time. And that is what I'm talking about. That happened in October. Okay. Now, I have been gracious this entire year, and that is why, come 2022, if y'all want me, text me.
Well,
like I can't go outside. I can't. I can't. Like I can't. I can't do it anymore.
You're on the verge of being 46.
Yeah, I know.
And I am just past 69. And I will tell you that you got a lot more years to live.
Now listen.
You have a lot more years to live, and you need to explore whether you're saying this is a temporary step because you just need some relief.
No, I need a lot. I need a relief before. Now it's to the point where I don't have any, there's no give. So when I do deal with people, it's very, very early in the morning when there are not a lot of people around, and I go to the park and I run, and if anything, somebody might wave to me, and that is the extent of my interaction, and it's great.
And you don't think you need to be in therapy?
I didn't say that I don't think I need to be in therapy, but I'm just saying, as for right now, I just want to go to sleep. Okay. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to deal with anybody sighing wrong at the wrong point or saying anything that can be misconstrued or construed by me. Like, you know what? You really are trying it today. And then I can't say anything because if I do, see, you can flip out on people and go on about your business. When I flip out on people, it's days before I can come down.
Okay. Well,
so Merry Christmas.
It sounds very debilitating.
It is.
Well,
because I'm saying, like, I go outside, I'm like, yeah, let's go outside, whatever. And then I'm just like, you know what? You about to get slapped. And I'm paying for this. Anyway.
Karen Lee Garcia, it sounds like Imani has hit a brick wall.
I have hit a brick wall.
However, I wouldn't limit my time outside to accommodate these folks.
I mean, I feel you, but like, I'm telling you, me going outside and expecting a different outcome it's insanity.
Danielle, so you're going to be a hermit for other people's shortcomings.
I've been a hermit.
Well,
I was voted what? Do you remember? I told you I got so mad when I was a freshman in college and they voted me like hermit of the second floor. And I was like, that's fine because all of you hoes are whack anyway.
Well, I think.
Which is what I said.
All right. Well, I think you should.
But I mean, it's fine. I'm a hermit. I'm an introvert.
There's nothing wrong with being a hermit and there's nothing wrong with being an introvert, but it's what prompts you to do that. And then all of the, attendant frustration, anger, whatever, that is like, like I said, if I were to have a motto, and I don't have one, but if I were to have one, it would be you'll get an ulcer before I will. Yeah, but like, I mean, and that's great. Like, I love the fact that you can like really like, embody that. But I don't work that way. I'm like, I either want to see you like, if you get me that upset, then now I'm plotting your demise. But see, it's the degrees that upset because
Because I'm a nice person.
Because
and I'm
she
chill.
got pissed that you wrote that you had a mistype, and the fact that she goes, oh.
No, it wasn't that. I can deal with the sigh. It was perfect. I was like, you know what? I deal with stuff all day too. And I don't vocalize that.
Well, but you see,
get it together.
This reaction you're having is too much over that.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, because I'm nice to people all day long. I mean, and I continue to be nice to her on the phone. Now, maybe my reaction right now is because I don't get the chance to get it out.
Well, okay, and Imani, maybe you need to do some spiritual energy work, cleansing your aura.
I'm gonna have a sound bath.
Cutting negative energy with spiritual baths. You need to do something, because this is a heightened reaction to something that doesn't require that kind of a reaction.
You know what it is? Because I'm in pain all the time.
Well, and we started off by me asking you about chronic pain. Is there an end in sight? And then the next thing was, because you want to change stuff, then how are you dealing with this emotionally?
I mean, not well, apparently, if that's what everybody's telling me. All I know is that I am just irritated all the time.
You're irritated all the time, and you're in pain all the time.
Yeah, like I'm usually like a happy-go-lucky person, honestly.
Well, what is it that can happen? Because I have no experience with this. So what is it that's possible to alleviate your pain?
I mean, I don't know. I'm about to smoke this joint. That's as far as I can really like. I mean, all I really can do at this point is just rest my arm, but it's hard for me to do that.
Have you gone to a doctor?
No.
Because you don't think you need to go to a doctor?
No, like what are they gonna do? Yeah, you got tendonitis.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe there is something that they can do.
No, there isn't. It's like you have tendonitis. It's heat, ice, NSAIDs. Rest.
So I'm gonna go back to this place here. My questions are around and were around. You could use some professional advice in addition to your own, right? I know you think that no one can tell you anything any differently, but I don't believe that.
I mean, I feel you. I mean, I would agree with you in most cases, but it's not like there just isn't.
And the cryo freezing thing won't help you.
I don't want to be called. I don't want to do that.
Well, see, there are other things that could happen.
But I'm saying I don't want to be like nitrous oxide cold. I mean, Roosevelt does that. I don't do that.
You don't want to do it because conceptually you don't like the idea of doing it?
I do not want to do that.
But you understand it could help with your pain.
Yeah, but there are other modalities that can help with my pain too.
But right now, the other modalities are not helping you.
But I don't want to put my entire body inside of an ice chamber.
Maybe you don't have to put your whole body inside of an ice chamber.
Well, I'll look into it because I just don't want to put my whole body in no ice chamber. It's very uncomfortable.
You have to see this isolation that you're living in, right, is making you it's not just about you being a hermit. It's about closing you off.
But I'm usually like this anyway.
Well, but you're worse today than you have been in a long time.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
I'm not asking for because.
Okay, well, that's because everybody's trying it.
I'm merely telling you that your response to the stimuli that you are citing is an overreaction, and you're staying there, right? You're staying there. So you're going from 0 to 150 in 2 seconds. It's like over that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what the issue is. And if the factor here is chronic pain, right, then you need to pay attention mightily to how you alleviate this chronic pain. And your routine methods are not working.
Well, I mean, that I thought about, so I'll figure it out.
Figure it out with professional help.
I'll figure it out.
You need to go to a doctor.
They say what? I got tendonitis?
Maybe it's just tendonitis. Maybe there's something else happening too.
Even if there was something else happening too, right? Let's say it's fibromyalgia. That's not.
Let's say it's not fibromyalgia. Let's say it's something else. You don't know.
All I'm saying is I've been in pain for not want to say the majority of my life, but the majority of my adult life. It's never not been anything different. And when I have attempted to go see doctors and thinking, oh, well, maybe this person will tell me something different, that's not what I get. Because the syndromes that I have, it's like, well, you got IBS. I mean, I don't know what you're going to drink some water. Like that doesn't really, like, that's not helping me.
Well, a new ailment is tendonitis.
Yeah, but I've had tendonitis before, just not for this long.
So what's different about the picture? Oh, I've had this before, but just not for this long. Perhaps you should get somebody who specializes in this to see you.
Well, I thought about it this morning, so I'll probably go see the
I have had two doctors, right?
Uh-huh.
Two doctors. And I hesitate to say this to you, but I want you to listen to me. These were my active doctors. And they both died. Why? They died of brain cancer. Why? Because it turns out that both of them were treating themselves. Now, I know what this is. This is not, and by the time they finally saw somebody, it was too late. This is a thing that happens to doctors. Why? Because they have a knowledge about this and they think that nobody else, including another doctor, can tell them anything different.
Well, this is different. Too. Those are people, okay, so cancer is different. And then your other doctor had a heart attack.
No, two of them had cancer.
Well, what I'm saying is I don't have that.
Imani, I know you don't have that. I'm talking about this practice, this supposition that not all doctors, but some doctors have, well, no doctor's going to tell me anything different than I can tell myself. I know what this is.
It's not just that. What I'm saying is what I said before. I have certain syndromes where in Western medicine, they're not treated well. I got IBS.
So in Western
I got fibromyalgia.
Are they treated better in Eastern medicine?
They're not. I mean, I don't know about Eastern medicine. All I know is that I have to, whatever it is, it's always an alternative approach that seems to help. So prolotherapy is not a Western modality, right? I've had prolotherapy and that's helped. So that's why I was prolotherapy? When I got the injections in my knee and in my back. So this morning I said, okay, I'm going to make an appointment to see this doctor. Maybe this will help because I actually can run now, but I can't run on pavement. I can run on dirt. So I can do that. But to go to a doctor.
Well, a doctor, a professional, Eastern, Western, I don't care. But it's something other than you sitting here by yourself deciding that it's this. And then I hear because a woman made some smart aleck remark, you're up here and still pissed off about it. It's like that is really an outcome of you being in pain.
Well, it's also an outcome of the fact that I not on Prozac because it didn't. I mean, it just wasn't working well with me metabolically. It messed me up. So a lot of this is not that it's new, but this is like a replay of how I was before. Because I really can't take anything. As far as like, oh, I'm going to take Prozac, oh, I'm going to take Effexor, oh, I'm going to take this, because it just messes me up.
So, Karen Lee Garcia, this is an important conversation because so many people are experiencing these emotions right now. A few of my colleagues are on edge. Small things trigger them. Denise Richards, Could it be perimenopause? I heard a podcast with Dr. Jackie. It shows up in so many ways. I don't know.
No, my period was longer this last time.
Takika,
so no.
Takika P, I really appreciate your vulnerability and openness about this. Makes me feel normal in my having bad days. We care about you, Imani. High Vibe wrote Mom is right. I'm really wanting to tell you that I'm worried for you. And I think when you start to get into a rut and you live with a pain, whether it's a physical pain or an emotional pain, you're just dealing with it. You're just tolerating it and trying to figure out ways of softening it by yourself. And I'm saying to you that it's wise to go see somebody, because somebody may have some awareness, some knowledge of something that you're not aware of.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. This past weekend, I read this article about how there's like a new well, I don't know if it's new, but there's a new transcranial magnetic stimulation therapy that basically has been like treating people who have not found relief or been cured of their depression. Like 80% of them are doing better. And I was like, wow, I would love to have that because I'm so irritated with everything.
Right. Well, I would like for you to think about it and understand that the solution to all of this is not being a hermit and going to bed. It's not the solution.
Well, but it's cold outside.
It's cold outside, but you live in here with people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying like I'm usually home anyway. I'm just saying what's changed is the fact that I deal with pain on a daily basis. Fine. I'm used to a certain level of pain. When there's a new thing and it's acute, it completely it just unravels me. And then I get anxious and then I get depressed. And then every day I wake up and I'm like, oh, maybe it'll go away today. And then it doesn't. And it just keeps going on and on and on. But yet I still have things to do. I still have to work. I still have to see people. I still got to do all this stuff. And it's just very, very frustrating.
I understand.
So it's better for me right now until I can find relief to be in the house.
Okay. So that's a different part of where we started out, because now it's until you can find relief. Now,
but even then, I'm probably going to be in the house anyway because I don't like.
Well, look, I'm going to say this to you. The impact of this on people who you live with can't be ignored.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So I'm saying to you that the state that you're in right now needs help. That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, Reggie Small.
I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Accept your mother's advice here. You may need to trust it in the future as a mom.
Well, also, I haven't been feeling very Christmassy, but I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I'm about to go because I still have work to do, and I have to eat something.
Right. So it's just time to say good night. Have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I'm happy Kwanzaa if that's your thing. Okay, bye. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week.
Woo.
Okay, bye.
Bye.